just when you think everything's under control, they decide to update everything. But hey, nobody stopped the tubules.
Anyway, everyone thinks you're putting your makeup on, Drew.
Yeah, I know.
He is
Coming on, but we are actually now going live as it goes onto YouTube. So they can see all of us. You can actually hear about my makeup. So really, really brilliant. Whoever is on the website now, they can be told to refresh the page because in a short while, the video should be on. I will just let you know as soon as it's on. And you know what? We're good to go. Please ask them to refresh the page. Thank you very much
on me,
for those who are listening. If you refresh the page now, you will see the Tubules video. And if you're seeing the video, please don't refresh the page because then you will be refreshing it again and again. See, that's the amazing part of the live stream.
I love how much nonsense you talk when you're setting this up.
I talk a lot of nonsense, Zach. I talk a lot of nonsense. But you know what? Sometimes when nonsense always carries on, some of you make sense out of it. So I'm most glad. And you know what's interesting? I have to say, as people sign in, if you can hear us, if you can see the three of us, give us a yes down there, give us a thumbs up, and give us a woohoo, because Tubulites together. 11 years ago, I started with a mission and a vision. I never knew it would get to this stage, but you're carried through with passion. It was a simple vision that's evolved and refined and changed and moderated. It had three aims really. It was to educate people, to connect, inspire people, enable everyone to grow. Everyone, personally, professionally. People have got better versions of themselves. They've got fire in their bellies. They love dentistry. And overall, it was building a selfless growth community, people helping each other growing, and that helped each other to really just move through difficult times. That's what we wanted. Obviously, some people, as you know, Zach, never took us seriously. Still don't. Maybe it's my nonsense. But the truth is that in a crisis, in a challenge, when we're faced with things like that, everybody needs a community. Everybody needs a network to come to for support, network to come together, to plow together and to work together. And in dentistry, we're proud to say that dentinal tubules became that community. 11 years ago, which was, one person's vision, has become the humongous effort of thousands, absolute thousands, everyone together. All the audience here today, all the panelists, all the fun-loving people, everyone who has come together to bring positivity in these times. I mean, from the point that we launched Tubules Live Aid, was it 6 weeks ago? We've continued to share a Tubules Live Aid, a Tubules Live Together webinar every single day, almost. I think we had 2 Sundays maybe off.
2 Sundays, you lazy so-and-so.
You're forgiven.
You're forgiven. But we carried on, to continue to help, uplift, inform, and support the profession. We had to. I mean, from that moment when I realized there's a crisis, we picked the call up. You remember, Zach, we had that Zoom call. And, you sowed the seed, Zach. That seed you sowed and
funny,
encouraged us and all of us.
Funny time that was. That was exactly at the moment when we were thinking, what do we do? As in, we knew that we needed to do something because that was the thing everyone was lacking. They were lacking knowledge, they were lacking inspiration, they were lacking. And I remember there being that one of those PM statements to the public, to the nation.
Yeah.
And I messaged you afterwards and I said, everyone's going to be expecting answers on Monday morning and nobody's going to have them.
Yeah.
And then we brought together that Live Aid page, which was basically just a blog page, wasn't it? Which so you and I and some others, Jane and Justin and some others put together some content over the weekend and we ran with it.
I'll tell you what, man, immense effort by my web team who, guys, we need a forum and webinar section built overnight, right? 3 days, I think they built it. Immense effort by Ifti, who just, was working till 4 or 5 a.m. How we managed to get panelists, speakers, educators, people inspiring everyone every single night. It was amazing. I mean, you know what? Everything from personal, financial, professional mastery. Tubules Live Aid over this 6 weeks has inspired people to know that there will be hope after COVID-19 has gone away. COVID-19 will go away, but Vision 2020 and Vision 2021, it's here with us, stronger together, Tubulites together. If I could play some music in the background now, I would play it with a crescendo and say, ladies and gentlemen listening to us tonight, welcome to tonight's Grand Finale. It's been brilliant. It's been tough, but we are here. How does that sound, guys? Are you ready for this, Zach? Are you ready for it?
Let's do this. Should we play the intro?
We've asked people.
Yes, let's go.
The audience, everyone in the audience, in 6 months, from now, if you're talking to yourself, where are you going to be in 6 months? We asked our panelists there. Let's hear some of them talking about where they're going to be in 6 months.
Yeah.
Remember the lessons that you've learned during this time. Planning, prioritizing, and being present. Plan the finances, plan the business life, plan to be flexible. Prioritize what's important to you clinically and in your family and personal life. Be present in the moment. Life is what it is. Be ready to change and to adapt. But most of all, enjoy it, have fun, and keep smiling.
Hi guys, how humbling is this? So in 6 months, I guess I'd say to myself, you set out on a journey to help as many colleagues as possible through a remote aligner workflow. There were lots of challenges, all kinds of stuff happened, but the biggest gift is that it made me have to grow, made me have to step up, leave my own excuses and everything behind, and what started out as wanting to help others turned into the biggest gift and lesson for myself. So thank you to COVID, if I can say that. Bye.
Well, Justin, what can I say? Congratulations, you survived the last 6 months. And guess what? It went like that. It's amazing what can be achieved with the power of a community. I want to say thanks for all the hard work you did, all that strategizing, all of the plans that you laid out. Not only have you created huge value for other people in this community and others, but the results that they're starting to see as outcomes of that have been just amazing to witness. So thank you very much for your positivity and your perseverance. It was really worthwhile. Good luck, and I hope the next 6 months is just as productive and as exciting.
Hi Stuart, this is your future self. We're now 6 months on from the lockdown. So where are we now? We got through it, didn't we? Yeah, I told you we would. All sorted. So what did we learn in lockdown? Well, we learned that the most important thing in life is family, our friends, our work colleagues, and that we've got a fantastic dental community that we're passionate and share ideas together. And we also learned that the material things in life, they don't matter a jot when it comes to it, that they don't matter at all.
Message to myself to be played in 6 months since COVID pushed reset button on all our lives. It was good to stay at home, although I miss my parents. It was good to remain flexible and adaptable, although it was not always very easy. And it was good to stay surrounded by positive and proactive people with good energy, because that allowed us to go through it all together.
This is a message for myself in 6 months' time. Jazz, you were so gutted when lockdown happened. It changed your whole life. But think about all those precious moments you had with your son. You managed to see him crawl and get up to all sorts of mischief. You managed to make TikToks that made people laugh. And you managed to just savor a lot in life. So I hope everything is now super amazing and that you are fresh.
Dev, it's been 6 months since the COVID crisis. It was emotional when we had to close the practice. But remember that life is like a roller coaster. We have our ups and we have our downs. So make sure that you remember and enjoy the ups and don't dwell on the downs. Also, you may be able to fight your own battles. However, you need an army to win the war. So remember this, stay strong and be kind.
Hey, it's a message for Shivam in 6 months' time. Congrats, you made it to 4th year. You've 2 more years left of uni now and they're going to really fly by. Remember lockdown? Yeah, it's pretty tough, wasn't it? But you know what? We really got to spend some quality time with family, and I'm sure you're back in uni now, as busy as ever. So remember just to make time and appreciate all the time you've got. And yeah, if you're not revising at the moment, you better get on it.
Hey Zach, this is Zach from 6 months ago, and I've got some really easy messages for you to remember from your experiences in lockdown. Point number 1, always get your hair cut, otherwise you look like a tramp with a pineapple on your head. Point number 2, always keep moving or you're going to get really fat. Point number 3, get some better headphones, your microphone's rubbish. And okay, 4, live, live, live. If you surround yourself with the people that have got the same values as yourself, anything, including lockdown, quarantine, and whatever else the world's got to throw at you, is a breeze. You got this.
Months ago, Drew, when lockdown happened, your first reaction was to serve dentistry through whatever was at your disposal. Tubules Life together changed it. More importantly, in that lockdown, you figured out how to find yourself. Because when you find yourself, you find your values, you align with what resonates best with you. What resonates best with me was serving people, motivating people, getting the best out of them. I almost felt like a train that had found its track. And in helping me was this little man at that time. You can see one train.
Train that finds its track. I love it. So inspirational, philosopher Dr. Drew Shah.
I had to think on my feet there. What were your thoughts around there? Guys listening, go on, tell us, what about your train and tech down there? Stronger together, no doubt, Mukesh. Enjoy, live, smile. Now, Zach, we started this as a fun bit. You know, there's no stage here. It'd be so cool to see a stage here and everything else. But we started this as a fun thing. We started this with a thought process of how we should do this. Really.
What are you doing, Drew? He's such an amateur.
We've got to repeat.
Mute you on YouTube. Thank you.
Some people there, but yeah, seriously, Zach, tell me, Zach, honestly, why did you want to do this? I know why I want to.
Do you know the thing that I do in a crisis is that I always go to. I've always been an extrovert in that sense. I always share my thoughts outwardly. In my office, have this massive whiteboard. And whenever I'm in doubt, I literally get all my pens out. I've got 6 or 7 different colored whiteboard markers. And I just start drawing stuff. Arrows here, and then this has got to be fixed. And I start to build a thought bubble. And what happened when I spoke to you about it is that I started to extend that thought bubble outside of myself. It became, okay, who do I need in this time of crisis? And Dev said it perfectly on that video just a second ago. You can't win every single battle yourself. You have to have an army. And so when it came to it, I went, do you know what do I need to rely on? I rely on the strongest community I know, which I know it's cringy and a bit cliche, and Jazz, thanks for the comment, and you're inspirational and all that stuff. No, do you know what? I think we're all inspirational. I think this has all been such a brilliant thing that when everyone's come together, it's proven itself, hasn't it? It's proven itself as a very like-minded place to be. And
I think you're absolutely right. And wasn't it just brilliant? I think, you know what I said, we made a video which we started every single Tubules Live with. One of the thought processes, and all of you listening here or watching this happening right now, was that we're not going to do this where we basically have someone talking to a PowerPoint. Oh God, that was webinars 2009. Done it. Right.
Oh, that went down. Do you know, Drew, that was a bit controversial when you said that. I don't know who came up with that line. It might have been me, it might have been you, but somebody came up with that line and it ruffled a few feathers. And, I think the sentiment we were trying to get across, wasn't it, was that it's just different to what you've had before. And don't get me wrong, the world has changed. I don't think we've necessarily innovated this concept, but on Instagram Live, on Facebook Live, there's ways of collaborating. And that's ultimately what Tubules has always been about, isn't it? And never a better time than on something like this, where you can demonstrate your collaboration. And I think that's where people have got so much value from what we've been producing. All the comments and messages and stuff I've had, I don't know about you guys, has been, thanks guys, because you were sounding out the thoughts that I was having with my peer group, with my friends. I was actually probably sounding out in my own head, but we were having them on screen and sharing our thoughts live. And sometimes it was a bit harem-scarum, but sometimes you didn't need to necessarily rehearse it,
And you know what? At that point, I'm going to tell everyone the one video that has held us through in this finale, right? As just before we go on to some really, really fun, cool stuff here, and others are joining in, so give them a time. But the one cool video has been Dentistry Together. So let's share that.
Uncertain doesn't mean unpredictable.
Challenges mean opportunities.
Time out means a time to reflect.
A time to come together.
A time to work together.
A time to support each other.
A time to inspire each other.
A time to change the way we think together.
A time to learn new things together.
A time to educate each other.
A time to gain personal mastery.
A time to gain financial mastery.
A time to gain clinical and professional mastery.
A time to believe.
Believe that together we will come through this.
Believe that a restart will reignite a new beginning.
Because when we work together,
We will
Motivate, grow, thrive together. Dentistry together.
Aleph
Wasn't
and
that
Annie, it's really
just
lovely to see you, but go away for a minute. You're a surprise.
well, now that's funny. That wasn't honestly, wasn't that magic? It was Tubule lights together, everyone together, all of you watching today. Thank you for being there each time. And by the way, talking of magic, there's something. I know Annie was there, and oh, Rishi, how are you?
Annie has transformed into Rishi. There's the magic.
You last week you converted 50 odd 20 quid into 50. So listen, guys, it's the grand finale today, and Rishi said he can get about 5 grand for each one of us by the end of this month. And I'd really invited him, everything, because his username said Rishi S. Only to realize I'd got the wrong Rishi, and it was Rishi Sunak I was supposed to be talking
You just
to.
nicked his joke from last week. That's terrible behaviour, dude.
Hey,
Disgrace.
originals, right? Originals. But Rishi,
To be
you got
said.
magic trick for us. You got magic trick for us. Annie, how are you?
Yeah, so
We're all well, thanks. We're all well.
So
Zach's not
polite.
shaved for a week, but we let him on.
I've not shaved for a week, and I've just had the Mickey taken out by your best friend Nani, who says that if I've only got 6 or 7 whiteboard markers, I'm an amateur, which I think says it all. Considering I call her Filofax Nani, that's for a reason. Anyway, Rishi, you're the magician for tonight. What's happening?
well, I mean, I had a surprise in store for us, but you've already met our special guest. So she's a rising star, clearly. She's wowed us with her poetry at the Congress. She's put in a winning performance at Dentistry's Got Talent last week. So it's my pleasure to introduce and welcome Annie.
Hey. Welcome, Annie.
Thank you.
How are you
This
today,
is
Annie?
exciting.
I'm good, thank you.
So Annie, I was wondering, I'm going to try something for the first time ever today. I was wondering if you could help me with that.
Yeah, sure.
Great. So what we're going to do is you're going to paint something for us all.
Okay.
Okay. On your iPad, you're going to paint something. So you're free to choose any colors you want. Just follow my instructions. Okay.
Okay.
And obviously I can't see what you're doing, but just to make doubly sure, I'm going to put on my mask.
Okay.
This is where all the PPE went, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so Annie, are you ready?
Yes.
So I'd like you to select a color, any color you want.
Okay. Done.
Have you selected a color?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So why don't you paint the front of the building, the walls, not the window or the door, just the walls.
Okay.
Sure you can't see anything, Rishi?
Can't see anything.
Sure there's no particles that are going to get through those 2 masks, double masked.
Double mask. This is where all the PPE went.
How's it going, Annie?
Good.
Can I just say, this is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Rishi, we could be doing anything right now and you've got 2 masks over your face. And about 400 people are watching you, so you knock yourself out, mate.
Yeah, that's not embarrassing at all.
Done.
That's fine.
Done? Okay, fantastic. So choose another color.
Don't show it. Don't show it. I know he's got. You don't want us to show it yet. You just want Annie. Annie, we just need you to choose another color now.
Okay.
Yeah, don't show it to anyone. Don't show anything to anyone.
Got another color. Go, Rishi.
Color? Are you happy with it? Do you want to change your color?
No, I'm happy with it.
You're happy with it. Okay. So for this one, why don't you paint the door?
Okay.
I'm trying to guess what's going to happen here. Is this your house? Is it going to show up in your garden?
Not that good.
Done.
Done? Okay, great. So choose another color.
Found another color.
She's found another color, Rishi.
Another color? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put a little bush at the front of the house. So color in the bush at the front of the house.
Okay.
And why don't we have some color in the smoke as well? There'll be some smoke.
The same color?
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Okay.
Thank you.
Annie needs specifics, you know. She's attention to detail child.
Yeah.
So Annie can't show us this, is that right, Rishi?
Correct. Yeah, she can't show you. She can't show me.
Okay, then done.
You're done, Annie? Okay, thanks. Choose another color, please.
Okay, choosing another color.
Are you happy with it? Do you want to change your mind?
I'm happy with it.
You're happy with it? Okay, perfect. So why don't you color in the window, please?
Okay.
I just dare not say anything. I just don't want to mess your trick up. Go, go, go. Concentrate, Rishi.
So when you're done with that, why don't you go ahead and color in the pathway leading to the house.
Okay.
And also the chimney. Let's color in the chimney. Let's give it a chimney.
Honestly, Ange, I think we should have got Rishi a FFP3 mask. Did you not watch the webinar on Wednesday?
No, he was busy practicing this trick. He's been AWOL. We've not seen him or heard nothing.
You have no idea
busy.
how much this stresses me out every time to do this.
I think, you know, anytime anybody asks you to do a magic trick, just put the masks over your head. You're going to be fine. You can do anything when you can't see your audience.
It's fine. Gurpreet Sachdeva has confirmed that you're well protected with this mask. Gurpreet says it, we're fine.
Okay, I'm safe then. How are we doing, Annie?
She's done it.
You've done it. Okay, so choose another color.
Okay. Do another color.
Have you chosen?
Yes.
There should be, what, one more left?
Yes, one more.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and...
Actually, there's no other colors left, so I've just picked another color. The same one that I've already picked.
Sorry?
I've just picked a color which I've already used.
Oh, there must be a different color that you haven't used.
No, there's only just one color.
So we can't use the same color, is that right, Rishi?
Yeah, you can't use the same. How many colors have you used so far?
5.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Shall we? Right. We got miscommunication there somewhere, didn't we?
I thought you'd chosen 4.
5.
Okay, choose a different color then. Choose any other color.
Okay. Chosen another one.
So what haven't you colored in yet?
The roof.
The roof. Okay. Not quite sure about this one.
Do you want Amy to tell you what she's colored in with color number 1?
Well, there should be one color remaining. What color is remaining?
Black.
Black. And what are the other colors on the bottom?
Blue, green, yellow, orange, and red.
Okay, so out of those 5 colours, you've used all 5 of them?
Yes.
Okay, well, why don't we just colour in, if you colour in the roof red, for example.
Okay.
I wonder if anyone at home's colouring this house and has been following the Rishi's PPE instructions. This would be interesting to see.
This didn't go exactly as planned, as you may have guessed.
Yeah.
What happens? It's showtime and it's live TV. Can we start again? Can we start it again?
Let's see what's
can I
happening.
chance it?
Let's see what's
Let's
happened.
see what's
Annie,
happened.
fantastic job. Can we have, well, before you show us your painting, can we, well, let's have a glimpse of it. Let's have a little glimpse of it. Can we all see it? We bring it closer.
Bring it closer, Annie. Bring it closer.
Good
job, I love
Annie.
that.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Are we on track?
We are not on track, but
Do you want to just put your PPE back on and just?
I think I might.
Rishi,
I might.
should we get you £50 notes out from last week and just make a run for it?
Well, okay, I mean, this is what we were trying to do. So Angela has an envelope with her.
I do. I have an envelope that arrived in the post.
That has been sealed since the beginning of the show.
Sealed.
So, Annie, if you could hold your painting up there, please. And Angela, if you could open up yours, please.
Annie, what do you think is going to be in this envelope? Have you got any ideas?
I've got one idea.
Right.
It might be the house painting with the same exact colours that I've done, maybe.
But how could it be?
Magic, I think.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Is that magical enough?
Really close.
What?
Is that magical enough, Amy? I think Rishi deserves a massive big round of applause.
I think I did the door and the pathway. You're very close. Rishi, I remember you did this to me. You made me draw a picture of myself a few years ago.
We did, yeah. We did it in live. Over Zoom is a bit more difficult, but thank you, Annie. Thank you, superstar.
So Rishi sent me this 2 days ago and it arrived in the post this morning.
Everyone's thinking surely Rishi just paid Annie and Annie drew it the way that he wanted her to.
No.
Do you have good choice there?
No, I can confirm that no money has changed hands.
yet. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Rishi.
I think, look, Rishi, man, this is about the 4th magic trick you've done. And I think this is the time now in which you start magicking how to erase carries, restore with composite, and do it for 3 UDAs in 6 minutes.
Do my best.
With the mask on your eyes.
Oh, no, the shortage of PPE.
My best work is done like this, actually.
Simon Thackeray on the live chat says this is how the CDO is going to decide when we open.
The new CDO, Simon.
Very good.
We vote Rishi for the new CDO.
I like that.
Oh dear.
Amazing, man. Rishi, this is it.
Thank you, Rishi.
Going,
guys.
But,
keep entertaining, my friend.
50 quid and everything else. Guys, keep staying on. It's been brilliant, actually.
Thank you, Annie. Stay on the line. We're coming back to you, but drop the video.
Annie, it's awesome to see you again.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you, Annie.
Always the confident person. Keep it going. All right, I'll keep your Zoom on, and we'll see you in a short while.
Steve, great to hear from you, mate. Steve Walkden says that's magic. Barry Wilson says brilliant. Muniz says great. Jem says amazing, Rishi. Well done, mate. One more Rishi from Muniz. We haven't got time. We have not got time for that, my friend. Besides
Muniz,
watching every night.
Muniz, go back and watch. Sorry.
The magic.
Muniz, go back and watch the Dentistry's Got Talent. You can watch that trick over and over again. It's amazing.
You just did so
go back
well.
and watch it.
I think it did well, isn't it? Awesome stuff. Do you know, actually, that does tell me one thing, Zach, that you always say have 1 foot outside your world. You know, we kind of brought in this concept of personal mastery, professional mastery, financial mastery, because everyone kept doing clinical and professional mastery. And actually, to be all-rounded, it's really important to be all-round, really, in developing, really, isn't it?
Too right. And I think that's the thing that we have enormously missed out on in dentistry. I've said it time and time again. I think it's the reason why dentists have ended up with the personality and the skill set that they often have through the generations, because it hasn't been about necessarily, and I'm not knocking anyone in particular, obviously, I'm not just making sweeping generalizations, but it's not been about finding yourself and actually doing it for the right reasons necessarily. And you know, personal mastery is a big thing that you and I resonated about years ago and became good buddies, sending messages back and forth about. And it turns out that the whole world bloody loves that stuff. And we thought we were being really niche and edgy and different. And it turns out we weren't even slightly. Just turns out that we should have shared more earlier on. And now's the time that everyone goes, oh, maybe I should read some books on that stuff. And you're like, this time
is really, really important because and Dev, I remember Corey, a few people who kind of posted these pictures, but you resonate with that. And a lot of you will. March 22nd, 23rd-ish, people were closing the practice. It's probably the first time in years that the diary was empty. And the emotion on that must have been heavy. You know, there's uncertainty at that point about how the hell am I going to pay my staff end of the month, because the other Rishi S hadn't formulated the cash by then. You know, how are we going to pay the bills? I mean, and you're a practice owner. That can't have been fun at that point.
I messaged you that morning, didn't I? I said I didn't sleep all night.
Yeah.
And I cried all the way to work because I didn't know what we're going to tell our staff.
I remember that.
Doesn't that seem like such a long time ago?
Yeah.
And we've come so far.
A year ago now.
What a journey.
I mean, there were some practice owners I know who did that, and it was challenging to see that. Which, well, we somehow are beginning to see the light. It's so nice to see this, because you try to look at that and go, 6 weeks ago, we didn't even know where we were going. And now there's a track building in front of us. And obviously, Zach, we took it on with Tubules Live Aid. We talk about the first attempt. Jesus Christ.
And who came up with Live Aid, by the way? Where did that come from?
Well, we've always done
bounce back and forth.
And we were talking about helping people, and you are a big fan of Bob Geldof, from what I gathered. So you said
no, more Freddie Mercury.
He plagiarized.
We did plagiarize, so sorry about that, Bob. Sorry about that, Children in Africa.
Well, yeah, but Bob,
however,
you plagiarized the right person. Everyone, you know, it's about helping each other. And
you know, it was really cool. Thank you for the first contributors, because within 24 hours, 48 hours, some of those contributors literally got videos to us. You know,
blasted content out.
Jane Lillian, Nikki Rowland. There were so many people like that. Ken O'Brien, if I can remember off the top of my head, Peter, Chris Waith. I thank them. In fact,
thank you so much, guys.
Let's hear from some of them, because we asked these contributors at that point and now, where did they see themselves in 6 months? Where do they see themselves? And yeah, I'd love to see that.
Hi Jane, this is your future self in November, reminding you what you've learned personally during this Tools Down, Skills Up program, which other people have called the COVID zone. So firstly, you've really learned the power of intention, and when you serve other people, so much joy, gratitude and abundance comes out of it. And what you want to be reminded of is the power of curiosity. During this time, you completed 366 runs in 366 days. You didn't set any goals. You were just curious. Is it possible to run every day for a year? So, well done. You've achieved amazing amounts. Wish you all the best.
Hello Oborn, it's your future self talking to you. Remember that COVID-19 thing? You said it was awful, but the thing that you said that you would remember was to be flexible and to adapt. And the one word that you said that you would keep in your mind is to pivot. Pivot on what you do and look for new ways to do things. And it will be okay, I promise. Oh, and by the way, you said that you were going to exercise after eating all those bourbon biscuits. Not sure that you did. Get out there.
Wow, I've learned so much in the last few weeks. I really have. But I think for me, one thing I want to remind myself in 6 months' time is to feel the gratitude that I'm feeling now. I think it's made me so grateful for communities like Dental Tubules and my own Facebook group, the community spirit, my family, my partner, my dog, everything that I have. So in 6 months' time, I just want to look back and think, do I still feel as grateful as I do today?
Thank you, those guys.
And you know what? You talk about your tears. People were with it, and they said it. You know, Emer says big hugs, and Emer, you've been a stalwart here, leading people at the front. Vinu said it was emotional. He had just, brought his practice some years ago. Did not expect this. Mark Knight says it. And you are not the only one. I'm not afraid to share that I had a few tears during this process as well. I think everyone went through that absolute emotion.
You've put your neck on the line over the years, and actually, whilst the narrative in the population at large is dentists have got it easy, everybody here listening to this knows that it really, really is not that easy. It might all seem wonderful on the surface, and particularly for business owners, I'm just going to put it out there. I have more respect to you for what you guys do at times like this. Because I tell you, a couple of years ago when I was an associate, I thought, it's a piece of piss, come on, it's not that hard, is it? And then things like this happen. And you're like, geez, actually, it's really hard at even the best of times. And then, my word, tough.
But you know what? I mean, we continue to serve. Jane Lillian said it so well, Mark. All of those messages in 6 months, everyone has said how they served others. And I'm so glad that we serve each other. Talking of serving, tonight's grand finale, we've given this all for free. We literally overnight did all of this. Serving others, it still remains at the front of our mind. And reiterating this important fact that
reiterating.
Is that the right
reiterating?
Word? Reiterate. Oh,
You're so sweet. Just do it in Swahili. It's better.
He always takes the piss out of my Indian Swahili accent.
It's because I grew up with it, mate. Come on, I've been doing it my whole life.
I don't say astama. He had a laugh. It's
astama. Astama.
Oh God, man, he makes me laugh. He does. But look, seriously, reiterating. How do you pronounce it?
Reiterating.
You know what? Reinforcing the fact that we serve others. We do not forget that. So important. We gave all this for free to everybody because we felt that was our contribution to dental community, and everyone stepped up. We continue with our big value of education to the world. So tonight, if there's anything we will say, if you are going to make any donations or anything, please make it to the Tubules Foundation. There's a link that I will put up in the chat box below. And
just briefly, Drew, give us a little bit of context. What's Tubules Foundation? And no, it's not a big hard sell, guys, because it's only 30 seconds. But what's Tubules Foundation?
People. Look, it's important to serve people, right? And our vision, one of the strong pillars of our vision is education to the world. Nobody in the world should go without education. It's so important. It's, there are people in the world, we're fortunate. We're damn fortunate. Yes, we've lost our businesses maybe for a few weeks or a few months. But there are people who don't have food to eat, who can't afford school fees in remote areas of the world. I wish they had Tubules Live at this point, because if they did, their schools being shut down, they wouldn't be losing out on their education.
Yeah.
And
they can't just jump on a Zoom like we can.
No, I wish they could. But, the Tubules Foundation is about building schools, building educational opportunities for little children, not dentists, little children around in deprived areas of the world. And our big vision is to build 10 schools around the world in the next 10 years. And in those 10 schools, people connect and communicate with each other. So no matter what the crisis, no matter what the situation, their education continues to power them to make a world and a future better for humanity and the earth. That's the vision. And it wouldn't be complete without all the foundation trustees, David Horn, Jemish, yourself, Zach, you're a trustee on there, Rob Moretti, Simon Thackeray.
Yeah. Thank you guys for what you do. And thank you to the Tubules team, actually. I think it's worth saying, and I'm coming to you, Drew, later on. You don't get your props just yet. But Kala and Timea and Ifti and Jem and Gavin and everybody else who works tirelessly behind the scenes. Honestly, this is really hard work. You guys have no idea that just putting a page that you're looking at right now on the web and getting a live chat to work without crashing every 2 seconds. It looks really easy. It's really not easy. And I thought I was fairly tech savvy, and I got found out so many times through this process. So thank you, all you guys, for what you do, all your nerdiness.
And thank you for coping with me. Drew's a crazy guy. Let's give you a little journey of the foundation, because 2 or 3 years ago, and you'll be able to see and I'm going to try and see if I can actually make this into some kind of a slideshow, because this is really what drives us, the 3% rule. Because if dental tubules as a business doesn't work, then the foundation doesn't work. So we have to make the business work, because the foundation has no administrative costs. The 3% rule isn't just the money. It's staff time. It's our resources. It's everything. If we buy paper, 3% goes to the foundation. That's what it is. And when I first, right, that's what was there. Look at the school. Those barbed wires and this on here. And everyone was watching. This is the round table. The round table are based there. And that piece of land we were standing on, someone laid the foundation, put these barbed wires on and buggered off. And all those kids playing there, that thing poked it in their eyes, I would feel devastated, right? And if we see, we donated the first cash last August. It took us ages, but look, the building work started very nicely, and you carry on, and you can see the amazing second part of the building work that carries on. The roof is coming on nicely. The aim is to build 2 stories. The bottom floor is going to be a normal library, shelves, books. The top floor is going to be an IT suite, right? I mean, you look at that. By the way, this is on the edge of a national park as well. Tell you more about that in a bit. You can see the staircase, everything. But look, the roof's now coming along nicely. And the structure was up within a few months. You can see.
I've got to say, I'm so proud of the team for this. That, do you know, to consider going back when you announced Tubules Foundation being a thing at Congress a couple of years ago, and to see where we are now, that's not even it where we are now yet, is it?
No, not yet. Not yet. This was a few months back. But and then the building work on the wall started. What I want to show you is just watch this. They started getting the wall in. This is coming now as a structure. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the insides coming together. This is the team. It's a round table. It is the round table around the world. So this is the club in Voi, not round table, Rotary Club. I was part of
Rotary
Club of Voi. And this guy on the right, Ashok, who has been instrumental in making sure this process goes ahead. Rotary Club Voi and Ashok. You can see this came on Monday, and I was so egging to share it. I was told not to, and they all went to watch it. Look at this. This is the building. From what was just an empty land space to this building. And the doors are done. This is not just going to serve the school, it's going to serve the local community. So there's doors on both sides.
I tell you what, Drew, every Tubulite can look at these pictures and identify a small part of it, just a brick or something.
If you've been at Congress and you've given,
right?
If you've contributed even to a raffle at Congress, even just a couple of quid here or there, Nick Seffy or Elaine's come and hounded you and gone, give us a £5 for that or give us a £10 for that. Yeah, you've contributed to this. And how much have we put into this so far, Drew, to Foundation?
So I believe 30,000's gone in. We put it in 10,000 batches. So every 10,000 is a single phase. The project was estimated to go at £80,000 to get the whole thing running. We are about 3/8 of the way through, I believe. And there's still a way to go. But just watching this unravel is so cool. So rewarding.
So proud of all the Tubulites for sharing. Thank you, guys.
Do you know what? Go on, Zach. Yeah.
I was going to say that, times are tough now. Times are tough. Times are tough for us financially. Though, let's hope over the last 6 weeks or so, you've steadied your own personal ship. Let's hope that Sybil's loans and bounce back loans and whatever else, I appreciate their loans. They aren't just grants. They're going to be paid back at some point. But let's hope that even throughout this process, we can still continue to give to causes that are greater than ourselves. And that's really what the sentiment behind what Jane was saying in her video is all about. It's about serving others. And that's part of why we've been doing live together. It's about collaborating and sharing our knowledge too.
Absolutely. And you look at this picture on the left where there was nothing, to the right where there's something in less than 12 months. We have to keep this going. If not for you, if not for me, for the better life of somebody. And this school had special needs kids as well, so I couldn't ask for more. But that's really emotional for me. But you know what, thank you, Tubulites, because without you it doesn't happen. Tubules is a community more than CPD, or whatever they call it. CPD is continuous professional development. For us, CPD is all about complete person development. As a person,
complete person development. Drew, I think, to be honest with you, you're a light year ahead of the rest of the profession, ahead of the rest of healthcare, across fields and whole industries. I don't think people have got this yet. And I think lockdown and COVID-19 may have been the tipping point where people get it now. It is about complete person development, because you really can. What do we always say? The three-legged stool that we came up with, Drew?
The three-legged stool: personal mastery, financial mastery, professional mastery, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we are about. But ultimately, look, we do good. People realize as a profession, we as a profession are doing good for the world. How brilliant can that be to us? And what's important here, I will tell people, 250 quid a year, an individual, 50 quid the government takes in VAT, 200 quid we put 3% in Tubules Foundation. We create all this stuff, we innovate, we drive with very little. So next time you think 250 is expensive, I'll tell you what, just think about that little kid in Africa or Asia or wherever we build the schools. It's about them. It's not about
I'm just going to put it out there. I know that she won't like me for saying this, because I know that she's more than selfless, and I've just seen that Nani's just chucked 100 quid onto that Just Giving page. Guys,
Nani, thank
please,
you.
please,
To my eyes.
thank you, Nani.
Simon, it was amazing having you there doing this. Mukesh says amazing stuff. Thank you, Mukesh. We walk the walk. And you know what? He's practical implantology. They have committed a certain amount through their courses.
Yeah.
I
And you
can't
guys
say
walk the walk too. Thank you, Sony.
Maya Aguilar Salinas, I hope, says amazing. Tina says incredible. Sana just says proud to be proud of this growing community. Sana, we're proud to have you. Patricia, we're proud to welcome you. Vinu, thank you. Rumit is selfless for all of us. Alex with NSK, well done to the Tubules family. Alex,
thanks NSK.
Alex, and
thank you very much for everything you guys do.
Alex contributed a certain amount from the Congress last year for it. You know what? It's amazing what you guys have done. It's not my vision, it's our vision. We are the Tubulites, we are the family, and we'll get through this, and we'll help others while getting through this.
What impact has Live Aid had on people, Drew? Have you had some feedback from what we've been doing over the last few weeks?
Oh, phenomenal feedback, I have to say, right? It's just, do you know what? The feedback we had from people, one of them said, I am a dental foundation trainee, and a DF trainee sent me a message. I'm just trying to drag it out because people have been sharing stuff right across the whole board. But she basically said, in lockdown, Tubules Live Aid or Tubules Live Together webinars have become a part of her daily routine. It's inspired her. We had an associate say, listening to Jazz, Narni, Bethany, yourself, and the associate talk was so inspiring. It changed their mindset. Before that, they were panicking. They said, I'm going to look at things differently. We had people saying, thank you for what you've done. But ultimately, it's the way we inspired people to put fire in their bellies. We're not going to stop that because COVID ain't going to stop the mission, the purpose of
too right. Ian Dunn, hello Ian, has just said Congress is going to be huge this year. I tell you what, I cannot wait for Congress, because that warm fuzzy feeling you get at Congress where you just want to stay forever because you feel so safe and so happy around all these other people that inspire you. That's kind of what I've been getting from Live Together over the last few weeks, but it's not quite on the level of Congress. I mean, it's been up here Live Together, but Congress is on another plane.
Oh my God, I don't think I'll be able to emotionally handle that.
No, I don't.
Ian Dunn did, and if Ian Dunn can manage anything, we're all over.
Hey, Joe Russell, by the way. Hello, Patricia. Do you know what, Patricia? I didn't know of Patricia before Tube was Live Together, and Patricia contributed on the panel that you guys were on with the practice principles.
On the practice
and she's just said
panel.
She's just said, I'm proud to be associated with you. Well, do you know what? Cheers, because I'm proud to know you too now, because it just proves that there are like-minded people out there that you've got no idea about. We're really not that pioneering. We just need to rally people who have had the same thoughts and feelings as ourselves and jump on. And Munis says the same thing. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Oh, I love that, Munis. You always entertain us with good comments, but do you know what? It's been amazing. I think, to me, this thinking outside the box, this different giving, that amazing stuff of bringing Tubulites in, all of these things, I have to say a big thanks to the Tubules team, you said, but also our people outside of dentistry. You know, we had Kevin Rose, Mark Shaler, and Graham Roundtree. Wasn't that an amazing session?
That was a bit of an ignition. Did you love that session?
I love that session. So many take-home messages from there. So many.
So this guy, if you can see this, hopefully, and it's not mirrored, is a guy called Mark Shaler, who actually, I fancy him a little bit. And I'm completely heterosexual, so I'm just going to put it out there.
Did you really just say that, Zach?
Yeah, he is the most incredible bloke ever. He's the most incredible bloke.
So I would recommend, he was the person that said, everybody should go back to their team and ask for 3 great ideas and 3 shitty ideas. And we can't think of any other word apart from shitty. That's how he said it, and it works. I did that with my team last week. Oh my God, the shitty ideas. There were some amazing, just absolutely
Gold in the shit. That's right.
Oh yes.
Get those nuggets
he was
and find.
absolutely right. I really enjoyed that talk.
I think some dentists will remember it as when the gold crown has swallowed and finding gold crown.
Do you know, if you've not seen it, you need to go back and watch that one, because that one was the ignition for me. That was the ignition.
I mean,
and it made me think, actually, this guy has totally got it. If you don't know what this is about, Mark Shaler is a guy who is basically a management consultant. He works with massive companies and helps them think small, and he works with small companies and helps them think big. And he calls himself a disruption specialist or an innovator. And thank you to Kevin Rose. I know you're watching, you always are, for putting us in touch with Mark Shaler and with Graham Roundtree, who's an international rugby coach, ex-England rugby.
Yeah, they were
the
all,
other
they were
people
all
who
great.
really inspired me as well in that business side of things were Bhavin, Derek, and Andy Toy, because they were so good with it. And there was obviously the practice principles. And one guy who massive respect for from my end is Monda. Monda's always well grounded, and I think grounded is the word.
I'll tell you what, I want to show you something. Can I show you something that Monda put together for us? You know, we asked everyone to do your 6 months ahead, tell us what you're thinking, or tell us what you'd like to tell yourself in 6 months. Let me see if I can screen share this.
And guys, don't forget, while you're screen sharing, Tubules Live Aid today, give something to the foundation. That's my only request to you.
Can you see Kevin Rose?
Yes, we can.
Here we go.
Hello, Rosie. It's me back to you from 6 months ahead. Things are okay. I just want you to know it's going to be okay. No matter what stuff happens, you know that. And that horrible lockdown thing just made you realise that things tend to work themselves out. So just let go a bit. Just be. And by the way, your hair doesn't grow back. Sorry. And the winning numbers for this Saturday's lottery are...
3 things. First of all, it's the power of mindset. Mindset, to me, is the single most important thing in business and in life. With a positive mindset, you can get through anything and you can achieve anything, everything. Secondly, if you have the ability to change someone's life for the better, then you have a duty or an obligation to share that with the world, no matter what the circumstances. Help others and the rest will follow. And lastly, the power of community. Sometimes it takes negative events like this to remind us that the power of community is so important. So let's not forget that when we exit this.
Well, the first thing is it's amazing the professional support and camaraderie that's been out there, and you've been an important part of that. The second thing for me was the challenge of converting my education to online and how you can make that meaningful. That's been interesting. And then finally, how fortunate I am to live where I do with the people I do. Thanks again.
Munzer, you know this. You've always known this. Stay true to yourself. When you have your family, friends and health, what more do you want? Dentistry, business, money, barbers, they come and go, and they will return. But for now, hold on to your values, do good unto others, and everything else will follow. Life is and always has been that simple. Believe.
Wow, wasn't that phenomenal? I told you.
Monda always says it as it is. I mean, I've never met him, and I know him through this. And I feel like I know him. I just know he just says it as it is. And
I messaged him after.
Amazing.
I messaged him after and I said, do you know what? You're like a brother to me. And I've only met the guy like 3 or 4 times. I just so get him. And I love his pragmatic thinking. He's so, he's just so grounded.
He's grounded.
So grounded.
He is
but
grounded.
he's only mid-30s and you're like, fucking hell, Monda, how do you learn all this stuff? Talking of other grounded people. Hello, Riaz, Elaine. Not that grounded. Where are your hats?
Oi. Huh?
They're coming. They're coming. By the way, where is the oh, look, there they are. Scouts are back, man. You guys did. No, we not did financial mastery. We did all that financial mastery and everything.
The glasses on as well.
Professional and clinical mastery. That professional and clinical mastery. Hey, Sanj, can you put that hat down a bit? We can read what you got. Geeking out.
Geeking out.
I can't.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
You guys
I'm waiting for my cap, guys.
Hats. Do you guys go? Out hat. Listen, guys, it's been phenomenal. Part of this process has been not just financial mastery, but the grand finale and everything we did was also professional and clinical mastery. Full kudos to Nick who put the button on that and pressed me to say, look, I had to put this on, by the way, the cap, but full kudos to Nick.
Baby.
Love
The
it.
Geeking Out caps
Said to me
are
that,
here.
we have to do this. We have to do this, right? I love the Geeking Out hats. And it was amazing because you guys have shared some phenomenal knowledge. Riaz has got the title The King of Occlusion, 1,500 views plus or something on your video. The Gandalf, he's guided us. Every time we're lost now, Gandalf guides us. And Riaz pretty much now has also been called the Don of something, I forget now. So the Don, the King, and the Gandalf. We couldn't ask for more. Nick, the top of the pops was brilliant with you and Sanch. Just phenomenal. Number 3, we are in isolation. I don't
It's been brilliant.
And Lainey, you know what? Your presentation, we saw a different Lainey. It was your coming of your moment. Honestly,
I've never known that guy or girl so serious.
So serious.
It was very good.
I mean, Zach, you said it 2 years on. It was brilliant. And of course, we can't forget the beautiful music, Nick. I mean, the Geek Outs are carrying on, by the way. They are not finishing today. Tuesday.
We have to make up for those 2 days, right?
It's carrying on, so don't disappear, people. But Nick, what did you do in lockdown that gave you this? You had some ideas, didn't you?
Am I allowed to tell everyone now?
Go on then, you are. Go on, Nick. Just share the screen. Tell us. Guys, this is fun. Watch out. What have you done in lockdown? Because I want to see what Nick's done in lockdown.
Can I get you to mute everyone for a second? This is
Yeah.
really embarrassing.
Whoever's got noise in the background.
Let's get everyone silent for a bit. There we are. Everyone is on mute now, Nick. Well, even me. Oh, even Nick's on mute, actually. We can let you talk, Nick.
Well, what have we been doing? Well, apart from enjoying all that Tubules has been doing, and congratulations to Drew, to Zach, to everyone else involved. Angela and Nani and Simon did a fantastic job last week. All of you guys, I'm so proud to be part of an amazing team. But what have we been doing? Well, the Geek Out gang went a bit crazy and we made a music video. So this is embarrassing as hell, but enjoy it. Let me know if it's playing all right, Drew. Give me a thumbs up. Lockdown's killing me, y'all. Look at my hair. I can't go nowhere. Can't do nothing. Let's see what's on the agenda for this week. Raving a lockdown. No trains can't run up in the town. Man, I got a rave in a lockdown. No one outside, not even a sound. No club, man, I cannot even spend no pound. Bed deliveries coming out of Tesco. Man, I bought 3 bottles, let's go. Wifey played a Craig David tune. Next thing we go rave in the room. Rave in the room. Rave in the room. Wifey played a Craig David tune. Next thing we go rave in the room. Go.
No gym, them man are getting fat. Just eat on the takeaway, you know that. But I ain't even getting a pound. Cause I go raving a lockdown. Raving a lockdown. Raving a lockdown. Someone's playing on the full sound. Now we go raving a lockdown.
No, I can't go shopping. No Gucci, Prada, nothing. Yo, G, just pasta fees. Cola on the ice, baby, you know how it is. You never heard this sound. Alicia Bella in the house and I'll run this town. It's all good, ladies, don't get down. There's a glass up high for the brave in the lockdown.
And there we go. That was our rave in the lockdown for Tubules. Out next week, and all proceeds going to the Tubules Foundation 100%. True, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Geek
Drew.
out.
Yeah. You'll be getting one as well, Drew.
You know what? Your feedback on that is insane. And Alan Matthews says those hats are so marketable.
Oh yeah.
You need to get yourself on Etsy.
I'm going to wear mine to Tesco's. What are we on about?
Geeking
Who
out.
says dentists don't have talent? That was fantastic. I absolutely love that.
Brilliant. We really
You just guys made yourself a great memory.
Yeah, man.
Loved it.
Brilliant.
so much
Nish,
fun.
amazing. Nish, you've really taken care of Nick and made sure he dances well as well. So
I have a choice. He threatened not to cook for me unless I starred in the video. So
love it. Love it. Brilliant, guys.
Thanks,
Listen,
guys.
enjoy your wine, guys. We'll see you in a short while again. I'm going to close your videos, but stay on.
Derek
there.
says superb. Steve Walkden says new rap star in the house. Ema says fantastic. Alan Matthews, that was cool. Nice one, guys. Everyone's loving Raving in Lockdown.
I loved it. Raving in Lockdown.
Yes.
Listen, guys, Nick designed that song, right? It'll be phenomenal. Some of you should actually ask him for it and make your own.
Go and download it.
With a Geeking Out cap, though. No videos without the Geeking Out cap. I mean, they've loved it. Govinda, brilliant, he says. You know, Zara said, love the music. Geeking Out. This is it, you see. We really need a live gig at the Congress, says Simon. I think the Tubule Tones will be doing. Steve Walkden, such a pleasure to see you, Steve. You've been a part of the family. So,
yeah, massive part of the family, Steve.
And listen, let's talk about this, right? There were some people who have been watching every single Tubules live. Every single one. Commented. Two people come to mind, really. Munis, you've been there every time, sharing every link and pushing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And guys, if you think that you can pretend and you think that you can just go, oh yeah, I was watching everyone. We know who's been watching everyone. We see the logins. And Munis has been there, and the other person is that girl. Well, she's that way to me, but I don't know what she is to you right now. Anyway, there she is.
What am I gonna do on Monday?
I don't know. I mean, Angela, you know, you've been there, everyone. Even when Zach took the evenings off, you were there. I think you're fired. But it was phenomenal. I think that was really cool to see that. And I mean, Zach, did you not ask Angela about where she's going to be and talking to herself from 6 months' time?
I did. Do you want to see?
You did indeed.
Go on, guys. Do you want to see it? Let's have a look.
Let's do it. Let's have Ange.
Oh my God.
Here she goes.
Hey Ange, this is a message to yourself. Hey Ange, this is a message to yourself. 6 months after lockdown started, do you remember that day, the 23rd of March? You were so sad that we were closing the dental rooms, but things turned out fine. You spent lots of time with your family and you created lots of cherished memories, mostly in the form of TikToks. New friendships emerged for you. You took yourself out of your comfort zone. You took on new challenges, and you realized that from uncertainty really does come opportunity, and I hope that you carry on enjoying the new way of positive living.
Yes, Ange, the new way of positive living.
Yeah, oh my God. I've got to say that these 6 weeks have been, you know, what a journey. I've said so many times that I really wanted 2 weeks off and I really wanted the whole world to stop, but I didn't mean this. You know, and like I said, I messaged Drew that morning. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? What are we gonna do? But you know, in that first week, I filmed a video in that same spot that I sat in the video that you saw, and that's at our practice. And I filmed a video to just let our patients know we were closed. And the feeling to do that video, I had to do so many takes. It was so, you know,
Your glasses fall off your head that time?
Oh no, the glasses didn't fall off. That was a good one. But the feeling was so different when I sat there to do that let's look forward, because actually to have been with Tubules for the whole of this 6 weeks, and I have literally, you know, it started off, I started off watching because I felt like from the WhatsApp groups, firstly, I was just getting so much information. Like my friends from King's and from my undergrad days who we have WhatsApp groups with, I was like the person who knew everything. And it wasn't because I was looking for it, and I was reading websites, or I had any particular information from anywhere. It's our WhatsApp groups. Oh my God, just a wealth of information. Everything was there, so aptly, and it would be analyzed, and it really helped. It was like having
people there
500 hands holding me and saying, come on, push forward, let's do it, we can do it. So that's how it started. And then I started watching the Tubules Live Aid, because Dev was still faffing around doing other things, and I just thought, God, I'm gonna have to just grab the bull by the horns, and this is where I'm going to get all my information. And then the live chat, then it became about how I'm going to see if I can get a mention here. And it became a bit of a game. So I'd start writing. And then I found I was beginning to make friends. And then, of course, Zach and Drew, you became kind of lovable characters. I kind of likened you to Phil and Holly.
No,
like,
Phil
I
and
don't want to say
Holly.
who's who,
We'll take
but
Ant and Dec.
I know you
We'll
guys
take
say Ant and
Dec,
Dec, but Phil and Holly for me. And you're Phil now, Zach, after your revelation there. But
I'll take it.
You just became two people that I was going to see every evening. You were going to have a chat. I was going to be included, because we were all chatting away in the live chat as everybody is this evening. And oh my God, it just snowballed from there, didn't it?
All this time when you've been doing it, what was your highlights? Tell me your highlight. I'm really keen to know, because
highlights.
Munis, tell me what was your highlight if you're listening down there, Munis. I want to know. But
let's hear Munis's. My highlights were everything. There were just so many things. It just started off as feeling part of it when we did that Tubules Live that video, because we were just asked to say this one line, and then the next day Jemish just came up with this amazing video.
It's good, isn't it?
And then he messaged me to say, you can do these videos, you're a natural. Do you see, like, so many things just led on.
Clicked. Yeah. And I'll tell you something, actually, can I just pause for 1 second and say, if you love Jemish's work, which we do, you want to see some more from him, well, Tubule Tones is coming up I'm going to say later on in the show, like we're on ITV or something, which is in half an hour's time or thereabouts, and they've got an absolutely banging exit to
last time they made a Tubulite whose name I wouldn't say, but they made him cry out of happiness. So.
I called him out last time. You can watch that if you want to. Yeah, anyway, evening, Derek. Hello, mate. So
my absolute highlight, I would say, was hosting my own panel. I've really felt like, oh my God, I didn't want to oust Zach, but it just he needed a night off, and it was somebody else needed to do it, and I just felt so part of it. That
can I just say something? When we think of Tubules, when I thought of Tubules before I really knew it, I thought it was quite exclusive. And this is like even 10 or 11 years ago, I didn't really realize how inclusive it is and how together it is. And you are proof in the pudding that and I know you've been a Tubules leader of your own in your own right for a long time now. But the fact that you came onto the live chat, you got shouted out a few times, and then next thing you know, you're on a panel, and next thing you're hosting, it just proves, look, if you want to be part of this, I don't know how I ended up doing this. Drew and I shared some ideas, and he went, no, you're not just getting away with giving me the idea. I went, just call it Live Together and just bring a bunch of people on and do it every night. And he's like, yeah, but what about the nights when there isn't the clinical stuff? By the way, again, shout out to the Geeking Out crew. The fact that Nick and Riaz and Sanj and Elaine piped up and went, we'll do it, and took the bull by the horns was amazing, exactly what we needed. Because then on the alternate nights, we had to think a bit more outside the box and non-clinical, and the personal stuff came into it, the financial stuff came into it. And I really hope that everyone's got a little bit more of a rounded feeling from this.
The doors are wide open. The Tubules doors are wide open, and I really feel that. I feel like I've been welcomed with really open arms and being really carried and mollycoddled, and I feel so strong.
We'll get you,
I mean, look how many times coaching from Zach, and come on from Drew, you can do it.
I'll just give you a little insight, guys.
I'm so glad for the challenges.
I'll give you a little insight in the audience, right? I have around me right now, I've got 3 phones which ping up messages, usually from Drew and then I look at that one so I can see the audience and whatever. It is literally like having some sort of makeshift TV studio in your front. And Andrew's like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how. And it's crazy to think that actually I didn't know what I was doing either. We just sort of we were winging it together. But hey, just proves when you've
Hey,
got
listen,
some people around you who can do some research and find out some
there
what
is
to do.
a 6 months clip from your panel, because I think Emer was brilliant on your panel, Martina was brilliant, and the Narni was actually brilliant. Well, Narni wasn't your panel, but Narni's always been brilliant. I think it was so phenomenal.
The biggest shout out to those those individuals on my panel.
Elaine, Jane.
I haven't met all of them in person, but I totally feel like I know them and that they're my friends and they're there to be there for me.
You're going to share a few glasses of wine after lockdown, right? Let's hope.
Absolutely.
So here's one of those. Here we go.
I hope we look back in 6 months' time and recognise what an amazing profession that we all are a part of. Every part of it, from the dentists, the team, all the different industry people that you've had on to try and help and support us through this difficult time. And I hope we remember that camaraderie and are able to work together more closely to have a united dental organisation that helps to give us a better future for all of us and for all our patients going forward.
This is a message for myself in 6 months' time. You've used this time to make connections with people that you've never connected with before. You've used this time during lockdown to reach out and talk to people who you might not have connected with in ages. And that's brought a real source of richness and diversity into your life, which has been fantastic and positive. And if there's one thing that you should carry on doing after lockdown, it's continuing to reach out to people, because it really pays off.
Hi Martina, this is a message from your future self in 6 months' time. And I just want to say well done, you've made it through. You have been through worse, so you knew you could do it, but you did have to dig deep. You've watched your children grow and you've watched yourself grow. You've learned how to lead from the heart and how to be true to yourself. You've made new friendships with people that you've not even met yet, and you've strengthened existing friendships. You've done lots of exercise, which is fantastic, but it's never going to negate the effect of all that chocolate and alcohol. But well done.
I mean, brilliant. And Jane says it in the chat. Jane says you were amazing. Well done to all involved. Martina said definitely wine after lockdown at the Congress. White wine. It's David Horn who will bring them with his wine tasting. By the way, 250 quid into the Tubules Foundation, and Narni's just posted a link below.
Thank you for your
if
support.
anyone's thinking even 2 quid, please put it in. But thank you, guys.
I think even if you've taken away a tiny snippet of something, it just deserves a small donation to the foundation. We just owe that. Thanks, Lou.
I think it's we serve. Tubulites help others, inspire others, connect together. So
in whatever way you choose, and if it's not financial, and it's your time, it's your effort, it's the fact that you just spoke to somebody who you connected with and you gave them some advice, that's selfless sharing too.
So even if you're not a member, you know what? If you're helping others, Tubulite, it's a way of life. And in that inclusive helping manner, I tell you what. I hosted many sessions. I loved it. Everyone was brilliant. There was one that really nearly made me cry. It was just emotional. And that was a practice.
Why was it emotional?
Hey?
Why was it emotional?
I thought you were saying, did I pronounce it wrong again?
Why did you find it so emotional, Drew?
The practice managers one, honestly, brought me down to complete ground earth. When you asked them, 2 amazing themes turned out, 2 themes. And they said it was the support of their team and the support and generosity of their bosses. They made me think these are the practice managers and business managers, as Lindsay was, or practice managers like Tina was, and the rest of the team. I'm going to get their names in a minute, but they were just phenomenal, because listening to them, they were the crux of the hard-working team. And Tubules is inclusive for everyone. Everyone's welcome. We want to inspire, and they just put that to me. They inspired me, because we sit from a wind up and watch how things occur. They are there day in, day out, dealing with the crux of it and how they put it.
Linchpins.
Linchpin, Zach's favorite.
Absolutely.
Every team needs them. Every team needs them, and it might be that you have team members who just step up selflessly and do stuff, and they come in early and they leave late, and quite often it is the unsung hero, and it is often the manager, isn't it?
As well, there was Becky who said, I've never done this before. Tina who said, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
Mark, they all said, oh, we've never done this before. and they were so professional, so
Is
brilliant.
Tina your practice manager?
Tina's my practice
I had a
manager.
feeling.
She was elated that you'd asked her, but in the same breath, she was just like, oh my goodness. And I just told her what you told me. Once you've done this, you are going to have this amazing feeling.
And you know what? At this
you're going
point,
to want to do it again.
like
And you were
to
right.
I would like to say thank you to Tina, Becky, Cara, who's Derek's practice manager, Lindsay, who's business manager but handles a team, Mark at the Smile Clinic Group, and Sarah from Pennington with Buzz. You were phenomenal enough to inspire.
And I think Tina's watching as well.
Amazing.
I think, in fact, a couple of them are. Anyway.
So you know what?
Oh yeah,
can
Tina's
I
hooked.
see them in 6 months? I've not, seen. Actually, I forwarded their videos to you, Zach, and I said to them, "Brilliant! That's how much I trusted them. I want to see what they said."
Let's see what they said. I just want to say, Nani has just said that we're at 550 on the Tubules Foundation page. Thank you guys for your contribution.
Well done.
And I had a message from somebody that said, "Are you sure it's the David Horn page?" It is. David Horn is the CFO of Dental Tubules. It goes into that Just Giving page, and then it's part of Tubules Foundation. Kevin Rose says, "Kong, yes." Not Congress, Kong, yes. Can't wait. I can't wait for Congress. Anyway, here's our practice managers. Thank you guys for your contributions.
A message for myself in 6 months' time is that the unexpected can happen, and it can turn everything upside down, but you have to embrace it and face it with positivity. Because out of every negative situation comes valuable lessons. We have a great dental community who are so supportive, so you never have to feel like you're facing anything alone. I'll remind myself of the lowest point in this and never take anything for granted. Material things don't matter. The ability to shake someone's hand or hug a loved one does. And out of every negative situation comes a positive.
So we're now quite a few months on from all that lockdown time that we had, and I was sitting in this very room now, which was my office at the time, and is now my bedroom, which I've got back, which is lovely, and missing having my children here with me 24/7. I really enjoyed that, although they are 19 and 24, but it's been nice to have that time with them, and I'll always remember that and be really grateful for it. Thanks to Tubules, you've been amazing and a great wider community to be part of.
So this is my message to my future self. Congratulations, you made it through. How? With the comfort and support of my family, my friends, my new Tubules family. And what have I learned? I have learned that work isn't everything. Spend time with your family and friends. These last few weeks I have spent so much time with my son. He is learning new words, doing new things. Enjoy those moments, those small moments, treasure them. Most of all, enjoy your freedom and get a haircut.
As you always say, it will be okay. Was it okay? Yes, it was okay. Did you have to do things differently? Yes, you did. Did you have all the answers? No, you didn't. But you were fortunate enough to spend time with your son and have some time for yourself. You had the love and support of your friends and family. You made new friends and the community came together. You were fortunate enough to have the support of your dental community around you, which made you realise you were never alone. As you always say to people, keep smiling and be positive. You got through this.
The true meaning of resilience and not trying to control the uncontrollable are the two greatest lessons that I have learned during this time. Remember to stay positive no matter what situation you are faced with, and always remember to be kind to yourself. These are my tips for my future self.
A message to my future self in 6 months' time. You made it. Despite your wedding being cancelled, your honeymoon being cancelled, and generally the world standing still, it's amazing how much support and love that was shared between people you knew, friends, family, but as well with people that you didn't know, connections made, new group chats, everything, how the community and how the world came together during this time. Remember to be grateful and always stay positive and always remain smiling, because even if you feel like the world is falling apart, everyone comes together and everything will be okay in the end.
Wow.
One of the most lovely messages.
Amazing, amazing PMs.
By the way, the Tubules Foundation has gone up to £1,030. Wow, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
And I've got a message from someone saying, bro, this is emotional. I'm watching with a lump in my
Do you know,
throat.
this wasn't intended really as a big plug and a big, fundraise for Tubules Foundation, but hey, it obviously means a lot to you guys too. So I'm really, really proud of that.
We were talking about, well, Ange has said her highlight, and you've said, I've said my highlight. And we've asked Munis, and Munis said they were all brilliant. He loved the Geeking Out session.
Yeah.
He says the ones which drew attention were the wine tasting pizza. But Munis says Dentist Got Talent was brilliant. And he says the one new talent we've picked from the last few weeks is Zach. Zach, you've been called it.
See what you did there, Munis. Thanks, mate.
Can we? But listen, Zach, on that base, right? Forget your talent for a moment. But what do you think, or was your highlight? Did you have one highlight?
No, I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? It's been, for me, it's been the laughter. The thing that's been really the highlight theme throughout is the fact that you can have, weirdly and brilliantly, some concurrently really serious conversations alongside what feels like really easygoing, flowing chit chat and laughter, and you learn something. And you get something personal from it, and you go, that's a little light bulb, and you jot it down in your head, or I make notes alongside me on I'm a dentist too. I want some knowledge out of this too. So I'm hosting some of this stuff with you guys, but I'm learning too, and that's been the fun thing, really. But the main thing has been the Saturday nights. It's been that we can all just express all this other talent that everyone's got. Some amazing stuff out there. So we had David and the wine tasting. David's a wine connoisseur and helped us out. So thank you so much. And that was a wonderful little session on Saturday night. And then we got a bit of momentum and people were like, oh, right, you're not just taking the mick. You are actually going to have some fun and do something completely out there on a Saturday night. And we're like, yeah, we do that every night, but we'll do it even more. What do you want? And Bex popped up, Bex Hayworth. So you guys probably know that she was a MasterChef last year. She's from Optident. Shout out to Optident and the guys who have been part of the Tubules family from the very beginning. Thank you, guys. And then we had the Tubule Tones, and they're coming back later on, so watch out for those in 20 minutes. Another amazing piece of work from them. And then we had last weekend, which was really the tops for me. That was just so much fun on a Saturday night and I'd just like to point out there that as a team, we pulled that off with 48 hours notice. I'm not patting ourselves on the back, but I was just like, with 48 hours to go, Drew and I were messaging each other. I think we were quite late one night, classic Drew and I fashion, 11:30 at night kind of thing. Like, right, so what we got in the next few days kind of thing. Geez, what's on the agenda? And with 48 hours to go, I was literally saying, Drew, we need to pull it. There's not a chance we can pull this off and get talent on the screen on a Saturday night. It's not going to happen.
I think you had one volunteer at that point, right?
One, and that wasn't even human.
It was two, Kevin and his dog.
Kevin and his dog. I was going to say one talent was Bobby the dog. And so we had Bobby the dog, and then next thing you know, I was like, okay, turns out we've got a couple more. And Drew was like, oh, I've bullied so and so, and I've hustled so and so, and I was like, this is brilliant. Let's do it. Suddenly we had 5 or 6. And anyway, shall I just play you? Can I play you the highlights? Because I put this together.
And the rest is history. Let's watch.
I've been editing some of this stuff today. I did this with literally 6 minutes to go, so I'm sorry if some of the editing is a bit naff, but we'll go with it anyway. Let me just load this up 2 seconds.
He has signed up for this scheme with Jamish Patel in the meanwhile.
Yeah, Jem, I need some Premiere Pro skills.
Go for it. Let's have a look at the highlights.
Here we go then. So my highlights are as follows.
Have fun today.
I'm doing a really good buzzer sound. It goes, the irreplaceable Narnie Fulford Steer.
For anybody in the audience who suffers from it, that is what tinnitus sounds like. Okay? Are you ready?
Down it, down it, down it.
Down.
I think that wasn't a bad first attempt.
For tonight, I'm going to be a dancer.
I was all ready to be like, this is going to be screechy and horrible, and it wasn't. It was lovely.
15 years since I did the last performance. So.
Ah, phenomenal.
Oh, we hope you carry on.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And then moved on. And you see me, my name's Jazz Gill, and I'm sitting in Mumbai now. And
with one little magic flip, you all turn to money.
Finding it for you.
Ah,
Yes.
clever dog. Simon Thackeray, say anything nasty at your peril.
No, I am not going to say anything nasty. I think anybody who's got that kind of talent with the fingers is always going to be popular with the fingers.
And that's enough from Simon.
These eyes will not be blinded by the lights. But wait until tomorrow starts. Tonight, it starts tonight. Promising me start.
In my heart, from now on.
Judging panel, have we got a winner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have we got a Simon Thackeray drum roll?
Yeah.
And the winner, to be announced by Nani, is...
Annie.
Clearly the lovely Annie.
I mean, sorry guys, sorry Rishi Shah, sorry Kevin Rose, sorry Rob Moretti, sorry Dipsy, sorry Mitchell. I mean, you were all lovely.
You are all finalists.
Remember all the panic, all the stressing, all the things that people just losing their mind over when this started 6 months ago? What good did it do? Nothing. It just shortened your life, if anything. You know, when it started, you realize very quickly that you should just do the things that you love and don't do the things you don't love. Don't surround yourself with negative people. Life can be that simple. Sun's out, you're still alive, you're still happy. That's all that matters. Live your life while you can. It's still there.
Well done, you did it. You managed to get through it. You didn't have anxiety, you didn't die. Dentistry isn't the end all and be all. There is life outside of dentistry, and you've got a really good support system. When you join things like Dental Tubules, you've got a whole load of people that you can turn to, that can support you, and you're never alone. So that's what I would say I've learned from these last 6 months. 6 months. Is it 6 months? See that? Well, okay, that's another thing lockdown's done to you. You don't know what day it is, you don't know what time it is, you don't know what hour it is. But that's okay, because you're taking life at an easy pace and you're enjoying it. And that's what's important.
Me to you in 6 months' time. And I know what you'll be doing. You'll be working crazy, crazy hours. You'll be adapting. You'll be doing what the hell you do. I just wanted to tell you, you're awesome. You are loved by yourself, and you need to know how to be loved by yourself, and you need to believe in yourself, and you need to give back to the world, and you need to be freaking who you are and know how awesome you are. And from me to you, I want to tell you I love you, and that's me. And so that's my message to myself in 6 months' time, because the self-belief and everything like that, and the stress that you go through and everything that you've established has been by yourself. So you know what, you just have to sometimes not beat yourself up about these things and just do and be who you can be.
For me, it was love the things that are important to you and don't focus on material things. For me, it was about opportunities to make a difference for everyone around me. At that time, we were all in the same boat. No one was rich, no one was poor. No one was high, no one was low. We were all suddenly equal. Isn't that how it should be? I learned to always stay positive. Focus on the things I can change and not to worry or panic about the things I can't. Mankind will always move forward as long as we are together, because not hatred or war, but love is what makes the world go round.
Wow. You know, that was phenomenal. That was just brilliant. And Muniz says that we should do Dentistry's Got Talent again. We'll do it live this time, Muniz, so you can do the dance on stage as well. Narni's update, 1,370 to the foundation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As Jazz says, these highlights are hair-raisingly good. I tell you, Zach, they are. Jazz, they are.
They've been great, haven't they?
What about Becky and pizza cooking? Wasn't that phenomenal? So many. We didn't just include Tubulites. We brought it out to
What
the
do you mean, yeah, Zach? You haven't tried that pizza. I've made it at least 4 times since.
Have you?
My kids are done with pizza. They
I
even
think
had pizza for lunch today.
I don't have a pizza
Bal is
stone.
watching. Does anyone
Love
see Bal's pizza? Bal, I
Yeah.
think
Bal's pizza.
But listen, what's Rebecca? Rebecca Howarth can't be with us tonight, but she did say she was going to announce a winner. Did she send it to you?
She did, but I just wanted to. I'm just going to put this out there because I don't think necessarily anyone's seen these. Drew, have you got the pictures of people's contributions? I'm just going to really crudely screen share. This is terrible, but I'm going to screen share my WhatsApp. Hopefully nothing crazy comes up right now. This will be awkward. Here's my WhatsApp screen with Bex and Drew, and these are the summary. Can you see?
Wonderful.
Here's the summary. Here's a summary of all of the people. How cool is that? So thank you guys. Thank you guys for your contributions. And the one at the bottom, which you didn't quite see, or maybe rewind and read all my messages if you like, is Bal's, and he obviously put it straight in the oven. He didn't have a pizza stone, dropped straight through, complete mess, anarchy.
I think Bal should donate to the foundation for that, for that cock-up. Bal, come on. Hands in pockets.
Steve, let Bal know. In the meanwhile, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, okay. So what do we want to share? We want to share Bex, don't we? So Bex has got an announcement because we didn't say on the night, but there is a prize for somebody who did this.
Hi everyone from a sunny-ish Yorkshire. Just wanted to say thank you for letting me be part of the Tubules events. The pizza cook-along was fantastic. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Wanted to announce that the winner this time was Vinu Singala, who did all 3 pizzas on the night in real time. They were fantastic. We had some great runners-up, but there can only be one winner. So if you want to get in touch with Drew, and he'll give you the details, and we'll cook along together.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Amazing.
Another cook-along. Yeah.
What the surprise was? I didn't know it.
It was all with my wife's help, to be honest. It was all with my wife's help. She did everything. I was just photographing everything.
Vinu, how many whiskeys had you had before making those pizzas?
I'm still having that.
Obviously. I love also, do you love Bex's Yorkshire accent? Vinu Singular.
She hasn't seen his bar. She hasn't seen his bar. She'll be around to make the pizzas for him.
So you, mate, are going to cook along with a MasterChef quarterfinalist.
Oh, thank you.
You just need to get in touch with Drew, and he'll drop the message, the information over, and you can arrange a time with Bex, and you can do a bit of a Zoom cook along live.
And I've been asking, Vinu's been I asked him for his surname, and he keeps asking me, "What's the surprise? What's the surprise?" You are a winner. Thank you so much, Vinu. We'll keep it short. It's amazing. Keep it going.
Can I just have one more comment? There's just so many highlights. But do you remember all those Insta stories that the Tubulites took over, and Vinu was one of them? It was just so awesome to see so many Tubulites just say, okay, I'm just gonna share. And we shared those Insta stories, just lots of memories made together. I feel like I know Vinu from that.
It's so cool.
Love it.
And, we're all going to the bar at his house, and do you know what? At this point in time, I have to say thank you to everybody who contributed.
Yeah.
4-hour-long COVID symposium, especially, Jonathan, Adil Khan, who nudged me to do this. Adil, I hope you're still listening here, and getting that underway, introducing us. Jonathan and Sophie Collier, who are both frontline workers in their hospitals, consultants at the lead, spared an hour. Their phones were ringing while the symposium was going, and they still delivered it. I couldn't believe, but brilliant. Mark, the guy who came to talk about the masks, Joe Russell, who really contributed.
I'm just going to shout out Joe in particular. Thank you, Joe. You've really been part of this all the way through, not just with that one, but with all the other stuff you've done, and you've always been there for us. Thank you very much.
She's a Tubulite, and Adrian Shields as well, and Neil Dupree, who's been working very hard to find a solution for dentists. And you know what? How this worked out was by the fly over our skin. Thomas Stapleston on Wednesday or Thursday evening said, "Drew, have you got any video for finance for dentists? Because I've made associates because I made a mess." A week later, we had Corey J, Mike Brown. Was it Steph? and Mike Bryan, Stefan, and the team doing a live stream on that. You know, we were going like this. Someone asked me to do it in 2 days, go in for a few days. I don't know how we managed it, but we did for the profession. I want to hear from those guys, Zach. What were they saying about their 6 months?
So what they're saying about this 6 months is coming here. Hold on. I'm unprepared for that one. Sorry, Drew.
That's okay.
I'm just going to shout out in the live chat in the meantime whilst I'm doing that. Joe said, I've loved it. Thanks, mate. We'd love to have you on board. Simon Thackeray says, there's 1,430 quid. Come on, guys, let's break 2K. No, let's not break 2K. Let's break 3K. Come on.
Simon the Cow is on a mission.
Open Simon the Cow.
To get that to 2,000.
Talking of which, Korai says, what's with the 70s pimp collars, mate? I mean, that's just standard attire for Simon, isn't it? Here we go with Joe Russell.
Simon's been ready since yesterday for this show.
Okay, message to my future self in November. It's going to be November. Hopefully by then I will have had a haircut. My God, my fringe is down to my bottom lip. I can see everything's going to be okay. We're going to carry on very much as we did before, and we're all going to be happy and out there, although I am rather liking the webinars from my own house and my own room. Maybe we could do that.
I've learned personally that these negative things happen, but you can't control it. All you can control is your thoughts and actions. And you've got to try and do something positive. So I've done a lot of DIY. I've helped my daughter to read and to cycle. There she is, doing a bit more education. And in 6 months' time, I would remind myself to treat myself more like a business. Obviously, be a bit less materialistic. If the aliens take over the world and there's no one left, I wouldn't be bothered about what car I drive or what equipment I have. That's important.
Planning is key to business success, but I've realised that business success is not everyone's top priority. Have a plan, budget, take advice where needed, but most of all, enjoy life. 6 months from now, I hope I'm not screaming from the rooftops telling all of my dental clients that they should have budgeted for the January tax liability, because it's going to be a whopper. And get a haircut.
So you always maintained that in life it's better to wear out than rust out. So you were there to take up the challenges, and not only did you succeed, you came out with absolutely amazing colors. Look around you, look at the skies. It's not looking murky. If you want to soar like an eagle, don't hang around with turkeys. I know what you're like. Your positive enthusiasm will come through, and I'll see you in 6 months when I know you'll be smiling. You know why? Because I trust you and I believe in you.
That was purely amazing. You have to say. I think Batman, I love it. Batman, I love it.
Do you love that quote? Ange, what did you say? You were muted. What did you say?
He's just so inspirational, isn't he?
Isn't he?
Joe,
Go on, Batman. Talking of another Batman of video production. Hey, Jem Patel, how are you?
He loved this video, but I'm going to stop him for now, Jem.
Disappear for a bit.
I particularly loved the show with Mahmood and Barry. That was powerful, wasn't it?
Where did you find this Mahmood guy? I mean, Barry, we watched every Thursday. He gave up so much of his time with all that energy, and then you found him the ultimate partner.
He's good, wasn't he?
And yeah.
Do you know, I wasn't watching that night. I was having a cheeky little night off. I think I had something going on, like a quiz with the practice or something like that. And I was on that. And then Drew messaged me afterwards and said, "You've missed out on an absolute whopper tonight." And I watched it back. Out of this world, so powerful.
I want to hear their 6 month stories.
You know,
yes, please.
For me, Mahmood and Barry together, it's like having. You guys know Tony Robbins type stuff, don't you? Tony Robbins, when he speaks, is just like, you got hairs on the back of your neck. It's so powerful, isn't it? And Mahmood's got that gruff voice, and I was like, I want to practice to talk like him. That's cool. I don't fancy him as much. I don't fancy him as much as Mark Shaler, though. Just to clarify. So screen share. Here we go. Barry.
Oh, phenomenal. And Barry, thank you. And there we are.
Thank you, guys.
Barry, hi. How are you? So obviously it's me. 6 months ago, really, I recorded this for you. because we were in the middle of COVID, getting towards the end of COVID, and I just want to remind you what you were thinking at the end of it. What you said to yourself was, number one, that you really got grounded in how important family was, the connection with the boys, the service of Chloe and your girls. You told me that you love being part of this profession, that whilst you've not been in the practice, you've missed your patients, you've missed your team, and you love to serve. You've also told me that in the next 6 months, you're going to touch over 1,000 lives in dentistry, helping them communicate better and sharing your injection technique. And maybe most important, you said that you're going to lose at least 1.5 stone. So if you're watching this now, Baza, I hope you're slimmer, fitter, more successful, and you've helped a lot of people. Well done, son.
Mahmood, this is a message to your future self to remind you of 3 very important things. That number one, no matter how bad things get, no matter what happens, to understand that there is a gift in everything, but all you need to do is you need to look for that gift. And the second thing is to understand that there is a solution to every problem. So no matter what's happening in your life and how bad you think it is, there's always a solution to every single problem. And number 3, that whenever you're feeling any stress, any anxiousness, any worry, it's because you're focusing on you. So take it away from you and focus on others, and that pain and that worry and that anxiety will actually go away.
I mean, that was phenomenal. Barry, how have you enjoyed those?
All right, Baz. Hello,
Hi,
guys.
Barry.
Hello, lovelies. How have I enjoyed it? It's been absolutely fantastic. I'm blessed to have been part of this community, and so thank you for bringing me in. It's been wonderful.
You know what? Every Thursday we sat there and we did 2 with yourself, 1 with Ian Kerr, 1 with Mahmoud Mauji. There's so much amazing personal mastery that came from there, and the tips you shared every week were phenomenal. I think it was more than just dentistry tips. You brought in so much about helping people in this time with their head, with their mind, with their body, everything else.
Thanks,
So
mate. Yeah, I mean, Thursday this week was oddly empty. I was missing everybody, to be honest.
That's not true. I saw you on a Facebook Live.
Missed you. We missed you.
what we're gonna do.
Zach, you didn't even watch us live. You were on a quiz. Don't give me that.
I watched you, Barry. I watched you, and
thank you, Anne.
like Drew said, you know, you didn't just talk about work and dentistry and, you know, sort of your work life. And there's one thing that's just really resonated with me. And you said, you know, there are just some people that you really care about what they think about you, and that was your family. And oh my God, it just really stuck with me, because I think we lose that sometimes in all the stress and the challenges and the craziness. We think about what other people think of us, and actually the only people that really matter is what our family think of us. And
absolutely, I
love that, Barry.
Thank you very much, Angela. Thanks for watching, Zach. And I've got to say,
hey, I'm just going to put it out there. Go back to the live chats. I was there.
I've got to say that you know, when we get so busy, when we get full on and life is taking over, we begin to unwittingly and unknowingly lose our gratitude for the things that are really important to us. And one of the things that most successful people on the planet do is they have a morning routine. And one of those things that they do is affirmations and gratitude. It's just be grateful for a few minutes, because in your body, anxiety, stress, and worry cannot live alongside gratitude. So when you're giving gratitude, you're giving yourself the gift of freedom from all the negativity. So the more we can be grateful, the better our lives are, the better we recognize the things that we should be grateful for, even just the sunshine, the air, the ability to breathe. So yeah, giving gratitude is a great remedy.
Vinu, actually, who you all very jealous of with his MasterChef prize. Yeah. Vinu's just said, Barry's great. First time I listened to him was in Dublin just before lockdown. It's great to see you again.
Oh,
I'll tell you something.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You and Mahmood and that session really hit home for me, for sure. And the other day, I went out for a run for the first time in a while without my headphones. I go for a run quite often, but without my headphones. And I was doing exactly that. That was
just went with your thoughts.
Yeah, I just went with my thoughts. And I just I did that thing which we all need to do. And that internal monologue, I just downloaded it. And I went, what am I really thinking right now? And what really needs to happen next? And it was so peaceful. And that for me, you know, when you talk about people that get up early, I've never been a morning person. So if you're watching this thinking, I can't get up first thing in the morning, that the people that get up and meditate first thing in the morning, that's maybe not you. It's not me, but I meditate in my own way.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, speaking of gratefulness, I'm going to say thank you to all the contributors. The foundation just giving donations are up to £1,530.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive, guys. I think that's
not far to go.
Talking of that, right? Barry, thank you. And sorry, this time we've got to do 5 minutes rather than the hour we do. Barry always remembered to clap for our frontline heroes because it was Thursday, 8 o'clock, and I'll always remember that. You remembered that, Barry. It was so cool. But stay on here. I'll just switch your video off because
thanks for having me, mate.
People have been trying to say, "Where's the Tubule Tones? Where are the Tubule Tones?"
Yeah, where are they?
They're coming.
Because they were somewhere, right? They were somewhere. I am getting them in.
Cora said a second ago, those collars, Simon Thackeray. Oh, those collars.
Where is Simon Thackeray? Has anyone seen?
He's coming on
Simon
in a second. Where is the Thackeray? Where is Thackeray? Hello, mate. Where are you?
I can see.
Alan, mate. I've just seen what you do. Alan Stew. You can unmute, guys. Unmute.
Alan is definitely not Alan today, which is really cool to see.
Hey, Saab.
So many people coming in there.
Go away. We're coming back to you later. Sanj, go away. We're coming back to you later.
I'll stop their videos. I'll stop everyone's videos. Guys, stay on. It's not a problem. Stay on. But where is Simon? Anybody seen Simon?
Oi, Thackeray. Come on, lads.
He's just having an outfit change.
I don't mind for the rest
there
of
he
it.
is.
Oh, there he is.
Get your collars out, mate.
He's been busy. He's been busy there. Listen,
He's
guys.
out his lighting.
Hey, is this not Alan not going to talk because he's not looking at us? He's got some glasses on.
He's always watching telly. He's always watching telly.
I mean, if there's one thing he's learned from the CDO, how not to talk to camera. Simon, I stole your joke. I had to steal your joke, right? You know what? It was phenomenal, guys. That was phenomenal. What you did last time. You made someone cry.
Come here.
He's just having an outfit change.
Simon, stop watching on that one, you muppet.
Simon, you're behind.
You're watching on YouTube.
See there. Listen,
you need to mute that and go onto the Zoom. You're such a muppet.
For those of you who were asking why, we make sure the Tubule Tones were at the end. This is the reason.
I'm supposed to be watching this.
On Zoom, Simon. You stay on Zoom now.
Simon's on a different universe, mate. You're right.
Yorkshire internet consciousness going off here.
Guys are brilliant. This is brilliant, actually. So nice to see this. How did the Tubule Tones find it? Do you think we've seen the birth of
Which?
Hey?
Zoom.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's Simon. Alan, are you going to talk to us? Not Alan.
What would you like me to say, Drew?
Oh, that voice! That voice!
Oh, brilliant. So listen, Alan, what's the story? You did the lyrics last time. You've done the lyrics this time as well.
Yeah, so I just sat down with the lyrics and changed them up to try and be a bit more relevant. You'll hear them all in a second. And I think we might even be sharing the lyrics this time.
Brilliant, actually. Oh, brilliant. Where is Jem? Talking of sharing lyrics, where the hell's Jem gone? There we are.
Simon, for goodness sake, mute the YouTube.
There's Jem as well. Guys, the Tubule Tones, from production to management to direction to mixing. Stuart, did you manage to do the mixing a lot quicker this time?
Much quicker. I think we got right into the song very, very quickly. We decided on the song within minutes, basically. And I think, Alan, you had the words written within about 10 minutes, which was pretty amazing. So yeah, this was a good one to do. Really enjoyed it.
Brilliant, wasn't it? And I mean, listen, Saab, this is brilliant. This is, by the way, Tubule Tones came from Saab's brain. Last year at the Congress, when he said to me, Drew, we have to do some music, something at Tubules. He's like, I'm not a great lecturer, but I can play tabla well. He wanted to contribute to the community. I always say the community is what we do. And he wanted to play tabla, Saab did. And we said, go ahead, Saab, go ahead. And he did it. And he started a Facebook group and a WhatsApp group, and people engaged. But the 5 Tubule Tones engaged till they became the Tubule Tones. It was phenomenal. Corey, your video came in a bit late today, but I want to know, Corey, what did you tell your Corey in 6 months' time? What was it? Oh, I can't hear you, Corey. You left to...
this is, honestly, how many times have we had this, Corey? No, I still can't hear you.
Right now, Corey, can we hear you now? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Still using a potato as a webcam, though, mate.
Using a potato. Yeah, still the odd webcam. I said to myself, well, I've had the longest holiday I've ever had since A-levels. I've never been off for this long. And it's given me time to realize that I had a big chunk of myself that I was never actually seeing. The creative bit, the bit that can think, the bit that could read, play some music, play PlayStation, spend time with my family, laugh with my daughter. She makes a mean pizza as well. She's standing next to me, but she's shy. And I kind of thought, I've not been living for the last 10 years. I've been working to live, living to work, living to work. And the message I gave to myself was, remember the walks you had. I'm actually walking about 10,000 steps a day at the moment. We just had a 10K walk with my wife this morning. And yet through the hedgerows, looking at the sky and realizing it's taller and wider than you remember it, because you can only normally see a little bit of it from your window. And I thought, don't lose this. You're going to get sucked right back into it. You're going to have a lot of people making demands from you, whether it's your patients or your staff or your friends or your diary. And an empty diary is a lovely thing. And I've really come to appreciate thinking time and quietness time. And I'm going to tell myself not to forget that and to make sure that I spend time to do that in the future. I'm not going to forget how I feel right now, which is as relaxed as I've ever been.
I think carry that feeling with you, Corey, because it's the magic that brings out the harmonica with the guitar. It brings it out really well. The Tubule Tones are
work on that a bit. I got to work on that a bit.
We can for that, actually. And I think Jem, I mean, you've had a change in lifestyle because you had to work from your home office before this, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I never work at home. I've got an office. It's literally just an admin office. As you can see around me, it's just a blue wall. Although don't say just a blue wall. We decided for about 3 weeks what colour the wall's got to be. But yeah, it's been, you know, I've been watching all these Tubules live aids, and I'm obviously a non-clinician, but I'm in the same boat as as practice owners. You know, I run a business, and we've had absolutely nothing for the past 7 weeks. So I know exactly, you know, the situation that everyone's in, but it's the words of encouragement that we get from within the dental community. And I've absolutely loved it. And I've taken it on board as well.
Amazing, amazing work. Zach, well, what have you got to say about the Tubule Tones? By
You
the
know
way,
what?
The audience listening, do you want to listen to the Tubule Tones' latest song?
Yeah, give us a shout out. We
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
that. We said we were going to start at half five, and then we had a tech glitch because Zoom went and changed all the settings just literally a minute before we started, and we had to upgrade and everything else like that. So we're a little later than planned. But if you're still there, give us a great big yes, and we'll give you the link. Because these guys, the Tubule Tones, haven't actually seen this. I think, Stu, are you the only person who's heard it? Because you're the one who mixed it?
They might have heard it.
They might have heard it. Okay. Well, Stu did the mixing. Is that right again?
Yes.
And I was bemused and amazed that you guys came to a decision very quickly on the Zoom
So was
a week and a half ago. Thank you for that. And you probably kept Jem relatively sane. How was the edit this time, Jem?
The editing wasn't that bad, actually. Only 36 hours this time round.
He's not kidding.
Sob, I'm hoping your little girl's in it. I'll be watching for her.
There
She
might
was
be-
so
there might be
cute in the first one.
Yeah. By the way, the
watching
Tubule
it
Tones
anyway.
are going to be at the Congress this year. I'm volunteered them at the Tubules Foundation dinner. Guys, this is going to be fun, actually.
So here's what we're going to do. I think Jem, Drew, have you had a sneaky pick this time or not?
No,
Please
I've
tell me you
not
haven't.
seen it. It's
So
only
Jem and
you
I, Jem and
But
I are the only ones who have seen this. Sorry, Nani's even parked up the car because she's gone for an emergency milk run. She's parked up the car. She's watching. So what's going to happen is
Turn it
this:
up,
I'm going to
Nani.
drop. If you haven't seen the Tubule Tones from a few weeks ago, you all know that we do it like this. I'm going to drop in the live chat a link. It's going to say next to it, right click and open in a new window. You're going to pause the YouTube. The YouTube that comes up, I mean, keep watching this one. You're going to pause that. You're going to scrub it back to the beginning to 0. And we're going to have a countdown in a second. So don't play ahead. And you guys, us 9, are going to have to mute. Okay, by the way, just to clarify, because
also,
otherwise we're going to
can
get feedback again.
Can I please also put the mutes in here where we are all in the Zoom chat? Can I also put this in anywhere else we need to? Because I can see that the link has turned up now. Zach has put the link. Nobody played yet, please.
Nobody play. So right click, open in a new window. So important. Right click, open in a new window.
You guys are on Zoom. The link is here. The link has just come on Zoom. Anybody on all our different WhatsApp groups, the link is there. I'm going to...
Saab, you need to mute, please, mate. Otherwise, you're going to get feedback. Thank you.
Sorry, haven't got it.
So a bit complicated, but hopefully everybody can now see a new window open, which has the Tubule Tones I'm Still Standing video ready to play. You can also maybe see, hopefully, our reactions and whatever else in the screen next to you. So if you're genius enough, you can move one to the side and one to the left-hand side, one to the left, one to the right. Do some jiggling around. Are we ready to go, everyone?
Is everyone ready? Can I have a yes, please? Are we ready, guys?
Okay, let's have a countdown. Drew, it's on you, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming the Tubule Tones. 3, 2, 1, and press play. Well. How about that? Has everyone?
How about that?
I mean, has everyone?
Still watching it.
Enjoyed that? You're catching up, mate.
Jem, you're a legend, mate. That was brilliant.
Golden buzzer!
Yeah. Can I just say,
Amazing.
can we all make a bit of noise? I think Zoom will probably go a bit mad, but can I just say, well done to the Tubule Tones and well done to Jem for the edit. That was
amazing.
Oh my God.
Awesome. Very, very good. Awesome.
It was,
Perfect.
guys, that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? For those of you who are actually watching now, every one of you watching now on screen, you will see pretty much a big maze, a big maze of people coming on. These were the Tubules contributors. Look at that. Amazing. And more are coming on. My Zoom is running on 2 pages now. We can't fit everyone on one.
It's running on 3. Wow. Wow. Thank you guys.
Oh, Ema's there. Oh, look at all these.
I have to
thank you.
It's
Thank you,
just
Drew.
so phenomenal. I cannot believe it. Look at all these. Bhavin, Dipti, Adil, Nick, Joe, Jay Joshi, Mark Orborn, Tina Patel, Munir, Emer, Martina, Mahmood, with your energy, Mark, Kara, Gurpreet, Michael, Sumer, Jane, Joe, Sarah, Sanj, Jem, Simon, Rishi, Ali Panani, Mark Knight, Kara, Sarah, Joe, again, Jem, Sanj, Michael. Is there anyone
Have
else?
you gone through everyone 4 times? If you haven't, if Joe hasn't given you a shout out, you need one. Nick Seppi.
There's Kevin, by the way. Kevin's coming in as usual.
Nick Seppi says, smashed it, Tubule Tones, loved it. Elaine in particular loved your Liverpool shirt, Saab, boo. Jay Joshi says, love the tractor, Simon. Top job all round. Thomas Stapleton says, great work, Tubules, take care all. Rajesh says, well done, guys. Really good, guys. Do you know what? I think we did it, Drew.
Yeah, I think you can see it. Everyone can see on screen, every contributor. And I wanted to bring them in to show you the maze of people who have contributed to this.
Wonderful people. Thank you very much for your time.
Led by Zach, supported by Ange and myself, and Tubule Tones. You guys did it again, as always. Cracked it. And these are 40 of the contributors. We had 100 in total. I know everyone can't make it, but each one of you on this Zoom link, I can only say a big thank you. Give yourselves a big hand, because without Tubulites, nothing happens. I said it, in every crisis, in every energy, in anything, every place needs a community. Tubulites have tried to be that community for dentistry. And I hope we have done what we can to be of service to all of you. Thank you.
Too right. And do you know what? I want to say one other thing. I found this hard work. This has been a nearly everyday job. Alternate days for me, though. And what do you think of it? Has it been hard work?
I am just like a little tiny little snippet of all of this. But
no, you haven't been at all. But do you know what? Even then, it's hard work, right?
It's how much time we were on a Zoom call first thing this morning, weren't we?
Yeah, first thing this morning, planning for tonight,
and it didn't stop all day.
And you guys, I can just see Sumer's face, I can see Barry, and I can see everyone who's contributed so much to this. I just want to put one thing out there, though, and I'm not just going to blow smoke up his bottom, but Drew Shah is an absolute machine to the point at which I'm just going to say, I know everyone goes, oh, he's got Duracell batteries inside him. He has, but I tell you something, I have never witnessed anything like this. He has been on this 7 days a week. Every time you've seen the Tubule Tones doing their thing, every time you've seen the Geeking Out in Lockdown crew doing their thing, every time you've seen Ange and me doing our thing, the person who has to pipe up and rally the troops. And then he has to come on, make the tech work, press the button, make that happen, link that up, rally some more troops and get the audience on board. And we've had how many views now?
Over 10,000 views.
Over 10, I think it was nearly 15,000 when I last checked. Absolute hero. And I'm just going to say, unmute. Everybody on mute for a second. Let's make some noise because Drew Shah, you're an absolute legend.
Hey! Drew Presidio!
Well done, Drew. Amazing.
I cannot do any of this. Any of this cannot be done without you guys. I'm here to serve everybody. Without serving you, I have nothing else going on. And nothing happens. I could sit here and do the tech if it wasn't for you. I could do this tech if it wasn't for the Tubulites. Every listener, every Tubulite, we're in this together. We will get past this together and we will celebrate the success together. Because stronger together we will always be. You know what? I'm going to miss this, Zach. I'm going to
miss it too. I'm going to miss it. It's been a journey, but it's
We're all
been
gonna miss
consuming, but wonderful all at once. And thank you guys for your efforts. I want to put something out there just briefly. If you're watching this and you haven't contributed, and there was a comment earlier on from somebody, I'm so sorry, I have to scroll back, but I think it's Tarun. If I've got it wrong, just pipe up again. You said, I've never contributed before. I've been a silent watcher of this, and I just want to say thank you. Okay, was it Arjun? My bad, sorry. If you're watching this and you've never contributed anything, please say so now, or please tell us that you'd like to get involved and be on screen and do something with us, because everybody's got skills in some sense. Please give us your time and give to the Tubules community, because that's what it is.
And that's what we need.
One final thing to say, Drew, what do we do going forward?
This is Tubules Live Aid is staying in certain form. I'm not stopping here. Every Monday night evening, we're starting this once we're back in work and settled. It's becoming a program called the Monday Night Inspiration. So all these panelists waiting here, your job ain't done. We're coming back.
No. Which is why I was trying to take the load off of you guys a little bit. So thank you for your time and your contribution so far. But if you haven't contributed, please come and tell us what you can contribute and drop that in the live chat, because we want to hear from you too, and you've got stuff to collaborate with. So thank you.
And also, if there's something that you'd like to have covered, you know, if there's something that you really want to have a discussion about, or hear about, or find out about, Drew and Zach will find you the people.
That's how Tom had his question answered last week, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Drew?
We'll do that.
When does Monday Night Inspiration start?
Monday.
After we had a bit of a breather. Watch out our spaces. Guys, Tubule Tones, share them on Facebook. If you've loved tonight's Tubules Live Aid, share the link on Facebook. We need dentistry to be part of Tubules for the good of our profession, for the good of the Tubules Foundation. Dentistry needs Tubules more than I, Zach, Ange, and each one of you. Together, we need something that will bind us in strength and energy.
Yeah.
On that note,
damn right, well said.
Wish you the best on your return to practice. It'll come.
Here, Zach.
Keep staying strong, people, because as I say, together, stronger. I'm going to unmute everyone, and we will give dentistry, we'll give everyone a big hand. Stay together.
Come on, guys.
All right, guys.
Don't forget Geeking Out on Tuesday.
Yeah, I got two geek outs next week.
Geek outs next week.
Yes. Two geek outs next week. You can see Nick with his cat. One geek out on Tuesday, one on Friday. Keep it going, people. Keep it going. Oh, remember, we may be in isolation, but just as you can see in this screen with so many people.
Can we do the final thing that I've always wanted to do? You know, like when you used to watch children's TV and everyone waves and then we exit the program. Can we all do that? Can we all say goodbye?
Say goodbye. This has been
bye.
6 weeks of chaos, 6 weeks of fun, 6 weeks of energy from one of the best teams in dentistry in the world.
You smashed it, Drew.
See you in October at the Congress.
Take care.
Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Love to everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.